Well, one moment. We appear to have a camera issue. 1 second. There we go. Now we are ready. I don't need that. Something this way. Warriors, barbarians, conquerors. We're returning to the world of Knave. Back in Mortal Online 2, Day 2 of the early access on Steam. If you're not in here, what are you doing with yourself? This is the place to be right now. This game is incredible. The things that they've added, the depth that you have with the combat and the control, your personal skill that matters in the fighting, the crafting, the resourcefulness. You either make it yourself or you earn the money to buy it. There's no quest giver that tells you to go and kill 10 ladybugs and go squish 5 worms and come back. There's none of that. You start in here, you want a weapon. You go and you take that animal and you slay it. You take the parts, you craft the bones into something, you craft the leather into something. It's incredible. You have to go into it with open eyes. Let me tell you, it is amazing if you do. It's a throwback to games like Ultima Online, to Asheron's Call, any of those original MMOs that created an immersion where you felt like you were in a living, breathing world, that you had to know your surroundings, you had to know where you were. You aren't just looking for a notification icon to tell you where to go. You actually have to recognize what town you're in, understand where you need to go to obtain your next task. Say, I need to get some scales to make some scale armor, right? Then I know I need to go to the jungle to fight the alligators, to fight, whatever, the satyrs, to obtain those things. It's incredible because you feel that you can accomplish whatever you need to accomplish. And then of course, the community is incredible. Yes, you have RPK fighters, you have anti-RPK fighters. The community is incredibly helpful. I was watching a guy today who's new to the game. He was on day 2 and he had all kinds of help from the community, and it was beautiful to see, because everybody wants this game to succeed, because they want something that's something like this. This is something different, something you haven't seen for quite a while, and it's very refreshing, and I highly recommend it to anybody to come check it out. Let's make sure this is working real quick. All right, good. We are in. We are good. All right, so we are currently in the town of Meduli. It's very popular. A lot of RPK guilds here, like Miscreants and a few others. There's also a lot of anti-RPK people here, like Koto and Old Guard. So it's a nice mix. And there's a lot of random untagged people here too. It's a great mix of pretty much everything. So we were just here. We were burning off some of our gray bar there, taking a break, resting up a little bit. We need to kill a couple of pigs over here so that we can have the raw materials needed to make some basic level armor for our horse. Then once we armor the horse up, we are gonna get the hell out of here, I think. Because I want to go back. We had a really good time last night. We were farming risers and making a good amount of money on that, and I want to get back to that. I figured out a system that worked, and I messed it up because I tried to use magic after using bows, and I should have never done that. aiming technique is weak on this guy. Oh, he's got no stamina. Alright. Go back to the short bow. I like it better anyway. Bam. Got him. Got him. Alright, so once you grab an animal, you grab the carcass, you can butcher it there, just in your hand with the skinning knife tool. And see, when you break down that body, you get, there's old guard. You get materials like, if you saw that, you got leather, you got pig meat, you got some tallow, you got emulge, teeth, and you got bone tissue. So the bone tissue, the emulge, you can use to make weapons and stuff out of. The leather you can use to make armor and horse armor and bags. And then different creatures you kill, they drop different stuff. You kill bears, you get malarium, it makes some pretty decent heavy weapons and heavy armor. They're pretty strong. If you kill razorbacks, they drop iron bone. You can use the iron bone to make armor and weapons as well. You also have all this stone. So I'm in Meduli, so all the stone that you see here, this is all Sabura. And Sabura is one of the main ingredients. And this is one of the few places on the map you can find it. They use Sabura to make, it's one of the main components to make steel. So if you were to get some Sabura out of here, take it back to your town, like where I live in Morinkur, 10k or 20k stack of Sabura powder, you'll be making a ton of steel with it, and be able to outfit yourself for quite a while. All right, so we're gonna run over here. We're gonna make some horse armor real quick, and then we're gonna head out, I think. Audio. Use voice activation. Voice chat enable. This all looks good. Invert thrust attack. Cool. So I'm moving so slow. Because my character has completely overfilled himself with pig materials. So now I've got to work my way slowly to this crafting station down here and craft some of this stuff up. Slowly but surely. This is a great starter town for people that are new to the game. You can always find a lot of people here. The auction house usually has a lot of items on it with pretty good pricing. So that's always good too. So you can always find a good selection of gear to purchase. There's also, of course, the graveyard nearby, which a lot of people will farm that for gold. But then there's also bandit camps, multiple bandit camps not too far away. So you can always go to those as well and earn money. So the way that works is if you kill the zombies, they drop a zombie head and it's worth 20 silver. But if you fight the bandits and you can survive, and if you can kill the bandits, then they give you 80 silver per head. What I like to hunt are the risers, and the risers give you 1 gold per head, but then they also give you other things like rings and ears and that kind of stuff, and those are worth half a gold or more, or 70 silver a piece. So you end up getting a couple of gold per kill. So you can really stack up there. So this guy cannot make horse armor. Okay, now that's unfortunate. He can make bags but no armor. So let's go see if we can buy one. And if not, we may just be riding out of town without any armor. Because I got guys that can make armor elsewhere, but I don't want my horses to die either. So we'll go down here. We'll sell what we have, and then we'll see which horse armors are on the vendor. Hopefully, there's some that are heavy, and we'll do that. Ha 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 ha. Got a public service announcement once again from the one and only Don't Eat My Candy. He's offering PvP lessons for 100 gold an hour. He will personally teach you how to 1v5 versus Koto. I kind of find that a little hard to believe, but Koto's been around quite a bit. I will say too that Koto does some really cool events for players. Earlier this afternoon, they did a big, large-scale, either 20-on-20 or 30-on-30 battle out here near Amaduli, doing some large-scale fighting practice, and it's very cool to see. I was watching a new guy to the game, Pizza Guy. Who? Again? Pizza Guy. Mr. Pizza Guy. Yeah, Pizza Guy was on there, and he was, they invited him to the fight, so he went on there as a mage, healer, librarian, and got to see how the fights work, and I think he had a really, really good time with it. So I think he'll be back looking to do that again. Alright, let's see what we got in the auction house now. What do we have in here today? Come on, let's have some good horse armor, somebody. Not looking good. That's unfortunate. Yeah, it's pretty expensive. I bought entire like heavy sets for like 1 gold, so I think we'll pass on that. You know, I should have left. I should have left in the cover of night. That would have been the smart play. What up, Crumbop? Ooh. There. 500 gold for a 125 Campadon? Damn. deploy it and get on out of here. This is gonna be a little tough. No armor, so we gotta be careful. See somebody in the trees over there. It's that Crombop that just left. I go up and around. There's two more running there. Yeah, we're gonna go up and around because there's somebody out running around. So let's go this way. We'll go this way. We'll go up and around. Let's see what we can get into. All right, let's check the chat because that's not pulling up anything. It's got me a little concerned. Let's check over here. Refresh this real quick. I think we've made it out without any eyes on us. Could be wrong. I think we're going to try and go up and around over here and then head east back to Mornkur. Right, so far so good. See, Anytao, Vanishia, welcome to the channel. Thanks for being here. Hope you guys are having a great evening. Getting back into Mortal Online tonight. Day 2 of early access on Steam. So if you haven't been able to sign up before, because it was a little difficult, I'm not going to lie. You had to leave Steam and go to the Star Vault website, make a donation, get a Steam key, come back to Steam, put the Steam key in. It was a little bit of effort. You had to really want it to get into this game. But now, as of 2 days ago or a day ago, they've added the entire process through the Steam store. So now you can buy early access through Steam. And we've seen a big influx of players, which is exciting. It's always great to see new players and have that new player energy and excitement about the game. So that's been fantastic. And the community so far has been up to the challenge. I've seen a lot of help in the help channel, seen a lot of help in the new player streams. So love seeing that. Love seeing that. The developers have been in the streams as well. I've seen Henrik popping into guys' streams earlier today, talking to him about the game, and talking to him about the developments that are coming up. So this is a team that absolutely cares, and absolutely loves this game that they've created, this world, this immersive world that they've created, and they really want people to experience it and share the love that they have for it. So I'm very appreciative of that, what they've done, and their continued passion for the game. Now we need to slow down. What's that? Is that somebody? Cool. Just double checking real quick. All right, so we are rolling east. We're gonna try to stay north of the river. And if what is that? Is that a tar dog? Yep, we don't want any part of the tar dog. No, sir. More tar dogs. Regret this for tar dog sauce. We're running through this little bottleneck. Oh, no, we made it through. Cool. We'll use this to get our stand back up real quick. Kind of like this little spot. Kind of nice. Nice little spot. You're going to take some cover and get your stand back real quick. What's up, Bobby Jones? What's going on, Fraser? Welcome. Hopefully you guys have gotten into Mortal Online launched to Steam and are checking it out. The game has been a blast. So as you can see for miles. This game is just absolutely beautiful. We're just kind of free roaming the countryside, heading back to Morin-Kur, trying to take the path less traveled because we have a horse that's unarmored, so it'll drop pretty quick if someone were to hit it with a longbow or something. But it's a desert horse, so they are pretty quick to regain their stamina. We don't want to do that. We're going. All right. Got nobody tailing us, so we appear to be good. Awesome. But now we're just chilling. We're just going to cruise east. There's not going to be a whole lot to see. There's going to be a couple of points of interest. You're going to see a couple of ruins here and there. The large ruins that you see, those are keeps or actually castles. And when the patch comes out on Monday, that should include the housing update. And with that housing update, you'll be able to make small houses, medium houses, 1, 2, and 3 level of the strongholds. And once you get enough materials, you'll be able to lay claim to one of the castles and start building that. And those castles are so large, you can put houses and strongholds inside the castle walls, inside the fortifications of the castle. It's really damn cool. Man, I'm gonna go this way from now on, between here and Morin-Kur. I like this edge of the trees thing. Kind of gives you a little bit of cover. Gives you kind of a little bit of a buffer of knowing which way you need to go. Kind of like it. And you can't see because this crown to the right, it kind of shields you from people seeing you. At the other spot, if you run across the river, which is where everybody goes, you're way exposed out in the open. Let's get our horse stand back up real quick. Alright. So this is probably gonna be a long ride, unfortunately. So if you guys have any questions about the game, any advice on builds, I'll do what I can to help you on that. I'm pretty much in love with the human hybrid. I just love having all the extra points for your actions and your professions. I'm pretty much turning this guy into a mounted archer with some magic ability, mainly to heal teammates and to heal yourself. And I can do like corruption, just if I wanted to put a corruption on somebody to try to stop them from being able to heal. But mainly I got it because I wanted to be able to heal, and then I wanted to be able to be a mounted archer. I had a blast with the archery in the game. But I've tried a Thursar Callard, like a giant orc-looking melee fighter, and it was pretty fun. But I've enjoyed the mounted archer a whole lot more. Yeah, so this is the valley I was talking about. So normally you'll travel through this valley, this huge open valley. Let's just take a look at this to appreciate. This is how beautiful this game is. So you can see how large this is. All right. So all of that land you can travel to. See, we just left from... Don't fall off the thing here. We just left from right over there. Just past this. Actually, go over here and I'll show you. We just left from that coastal town. Right there. See that little tower? It's kind of peeking through the dip right there. That's Meduli. So we left Meduli, came up and around this direction. There's one set of ruins. I believe that's a castle there on the hill, which is really beautiful. Here's another one right here, the ruins. So you'll be able to take claim to it, and then rebuild the walls, and then place walls on the interior, and then even place strongholds or houses inside as well. So there's another one. There's another one a little bit down this way. But normally people go this way from Meduli, and they'll follow this direction. And there's a river, there's a lake, there's a river that starts right over here, and they'll follow that river. But you end up seeing a lot of people using that river as their point of reference, and you'll encounter a lot of people. Which means there's a good chance you're going to encounter somebody that wants to fight. So you had better be prepared. So we're going to see if we can roll this way. This stuff is wolf brush. If you've never seen it before in the game, if you have a mount, it is one way that you can heal your horse, and it is also a food source that they really like. So you can always grab it if you don't have anything else to feed your horse. Whoa, this does not look like it's good. This looks like death for a horse, to be honest. Let's go up and around. We can go up and around, I'm hoping. I'd hate to think that there's no way to get down from being up here. Ooh, don't die, horse. Ooh, don't die. I've had some bad luck with horses dying from little drops like that, so yeah, you do not want to take your horse off of a drop if you can help it. And that, ooh, that's awesome. I didn't know you could see that from here. So that massive city that you see right there, that is Tindrum. So it looks like a cathedral, and there's a huge garrison fortified wall that runs on the outside of the city to fortify it. That is the capital city of Tindrum, and it is absolutely massive. So another set of ruins down here, looks like maybe a bandit camp or something right here. But yeah, that is a huge, I didn't realize it was that close that you could see it. It's cool. It is a beautiful city. We'll have to go there again one day soon. There's nothing I need there right now, or I'd take us over there. I just need to get back to my neck of the woods. Okay, so we're gonna go this way. We gotta find a way off this damn mountain. It doesn't involve us killing a horse. This looks like it might work. Go here, then go over there. A little bit of a detour. Ooh. Nice. All right. Cool, so now we're back. Should be pretty much back on low ground. There's a good shot of tinder right there. All right, and away we go. And that is called, what you're looking at there with the red and the yellow, that is the colored forest, I believe it's called. I think that's the term for it in the map. where all the trees are those bright colors. Boom, there it goes. All right. We are now finally heading back east to Morncur. I think at this rate we're gonna kill a few risers before we get there, just to get some more gold in our pocket as we head back. Yeah, I have to be careful. I don't want to stand my horse out too much. That can be a bad habit. Just gonna go hands free and let this thing just walk. So last night, what we were doing is we were using the horse short bow like this, and we were kind of kiting the risers in a circle and dropping them, and we got 14 to 20 gold in a pretty short time doing it. But the reason we're out here was was my bow durability dropped, and so I started trying to use my magic to finish off a couple of the risers. And the problem with magic from horseback is that you can't steer while you're precasting your magic. Like you're doing your hands, you're summoning your magic. That's precasting, right? And then after you precast for so long, then you can release the spell at a target. So I was precasting, and some of the spells have 3 to 5 seconds of a precast. So that means I can't steer like this. I can't change direction or do anything while that thing is precasting. And of course, also, I'm turned around backwards, looking behind me because I'm kiting these guys. And I ended up impaling myself on the palisade that goes around the camp for the risers. So then, of course, I couldn't get off the palisade. They killed me within like 2 hits. And that was all she wrote. Well, then, this was the unfortunate part. Then I hit the button. So they have 2 options. You can fast travel back to the nearest priest, or you could hit home and go back to a priest that you like tie to. So it's like a priest recall. So I hit the priest recall thinking it was going to take me back to the home city of Morncur, where I normally live, so that I can grab another horse, some other set of gear, and quickly go and pick up my other stuff. Well, unfortunately, I was still tied to the priest in Maduli. So once I hit that home priest button, it teleported me essentially all the way across the map back to Maduli. So then all my gear was gone, because your gear only stays on the ground for about a half hour. And so there was no way to get back from there, from Maduli back to Morncur within half an hour. So all that gear I had was gone. Ooh, don't jump. That was close. I thought my horse was going to jump for a second. That could have been the end of the horse. And this would not be a spot to do that, to lose your horse. So I think we should be pretty good. We'll just ride until we see some of our landmarks. You know, I'm more concerned with people coming up behind me than I am people in front of me. It is beautiful out here, though. I should turn this off and just do a nice vista shot. It's water. It's good. Ooh, do I have water on me? I might need to stop and get water because I don't know if I can heal. Like, let's see. Do I have water? Nope. Okay. So we're going to stop up here for a second and grab some water for our spells. And then we'll be back on the horse. A little bit of water. There we go. That's all we needed. Starting to look more and more like Mornker. Starting to feel like home again. I can't wait. We will be farming risers in no time. Back in the Curite capital of Mornker soon. Back to slaying risers. It'll feel like things are back to normal. Let's see what's going on. There we go. Sure does look like a house over there, doesn't it? It's pretty cool. Minimize this real quick. All right. Alright, been a quiet night so far. That's not too bad. I'll get this stirred up with the risers here shortly. That'll be worth it. OG Kupo, welcome to the channel. We are currently riding back to Morinkur from Maduli. We had an unfortunate accident with some risers last night, and we accidentally respawned to Maduli instead of Morinkur. So we picked up our horse that we had stashed there and a little bit of our gear, and now we're riding back east to Morinkur. It is a beautiful view. I'm so glad it's daytime and not nighttime on this ride. Because it may seem like it's empty, but there are spawns that will attack you. There are tar dogs, which are half bear, half dog. There's wolves, cougars, and then like bandit camps and riser camps. If you get too close to them, they'll attack you as well. Alright, hopefully we're coming up to Sausage Lake here soon. If we come up to Sausage Lake, then I'll know that we're pretty close to Morinkur. Nope. Okay, so we got a little bit of ways to go. Oh, wait. Wait. This is looking good. This is looking promising. That's calcs. A whole lot of calcs. There's a bunch of calcs. Perfect. And there's a land bridge. Let's cross there. Let's stop just for a second. We'll hit a little bit of this calcs. I said 9, homie. 9? Doesn't count, I guess. Oh, because it's not mandatory. Funny story. There we go. Well, that's just weird. There we go. Well, let's just hope we don't get got. We're doing this. So you need this. So there's a couple things you need. So you need to process granum, sabura, and then calx in order to make steel. From the calx, you need calx powder, and you need coke and coal. Those things all come from out of calx, processing calx. And then you need the granum powder, and you need the sabura powder. You need all those things, and you can create, because from the granum you can get blood ore and pig iron. So you work it. So there's a multi-step process to it. But yeah, I kept meaning to come here and grab some. I kept driving past it, forgetting. We're gonna grab some today. Today is the day. So how's our horse doing? Got a little bit of hunger. While we're doing this, we can feed it real quick. Should be a different node. So even though it looks like it's one rock, there's about every 8 to 10 feet or so, there's another quote unquote node. They're kind of clustered together. So if you do like what I just did, and you watch how it damages the amount of resources you get back, you can find where the different nodes are on that cluster. You get more out of each pile, and more out of each resource. Another tip while we're talking about these things is when you're processing these things at a crusher, at a grinder, or tractor, any of those kind of things, or even just butchering animals in the wild, if you do it, if you need to get the lore skill up, then do them and do each of those processing activities with 100 units at a time. So take your stack of like 10,000 pig carcass, and put it into a stack of 100, and then butcher that stack of 100. You'll get 1 or 2 points, and then do it again. You'll get 1 or 2 points into the lore for pigs, and then do it again, right? If you took that stack of 10,000 and you split it into 1,000 and you processed it, you would still only get 1 or 2 points. So by splitting it into stacks of 100, you're getting the same benefit of learning the lore, but you're getting a lot more per stack of like 10k. With a stack of 10k, you can pretty much fill your stat out, and then you'll be able to process the other stacks that you get with full pig lore. What's nice about that is if you do that to like horses or something, then you can use that to reduce your animal cost for pigs, or your animal cost for bears or tar dogs or something. So you don't need it, and you may not have to require to get animal advanced creature control, because you've got the specific animal training. Actually, you know what? I don't like being up here. Let's go down here and do it. That way we're kind of out of sight a little bit. We are doing pretty good. We're at 7k. We're almost at 10k. I just want to get like a quick 10k and then ride on. Right, 2,000 to go. Not a problem. About 1,000 to go. Getting close. 600 to go. Actually, 550. 550 to go. There we go. Cool. That's all we want. The other day I got stuck in the river on foot. Couldn't get out. So I do not want to repeat that again. So I'll be crossing every time with a horse. And now we have the majestic music while we travel across the countryside. Turning to Mornkur with our calcs. Looking to get revenge on those risers that took us out the night before. We'll be coming back stronger with more arrows and more bows. Should be a good time. Still running due east. Poker, welcome to the channel. Hope you're doing well, man. Were you streaming earlier? I think I saw you streaming earlier. Welcome. Hope you're enjoying the game. I've been in the game now for a good bit. I think about 600 hours or so. Absolutely loved it. I played a little bit of Mortal Online 1 years ago, so there was a lot of nostalgia coming back to this game, seeing a lot of the familiar cities like Mornkur and Meduli. That was pretty impressive. But everything now has such a grander scale and larger scale than what it did then, and so much more detail. It's just beautiful. So I've had a blast since I've been back, and I've made a lot of mistakes. Like the reason we're walking across this boring horse ride it's taken forever is because I clicked on the home priest button last night after I died, and I had not updated my home priest to Mornkur, and it sent me all the way back to Meduli. So I had to get a horse over there and some gear, and then embark on a journey back all the way across the continent to Mornkur. But we're here. We are on approach to Mornkur, our old stomping grounds. And I think we're gonna make a slight detour, and we're gonna go lay some revenge on those risers that set this whole thing in motion. And the toker has left the channel. Sorry to see that, toker. You had a good night. Catch ya next time. Here we go. You know, other than those tar dogs, we actually did pretty good. We haven't seen hardly anything else. I'm probably going to jinx myself. I'll probably run into some cougars or some wolves or something next. But I'm kind of surprised that we haven't really seen anything else to have to worry with. So that is a good thing. It doesn't really sound thematically correct as the others, but I love the drum bits in it, man. It's really cool. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves here. Keep that stamina up pretty high just in case we gotta run from some critters or run from a PvP. We can't put up much fight in a horse that's got no armor. We're starting to get some hilly terrain. That means we must be getting close to Born Cur. So did you see that hitch just then? Did you notice that hitch that just happened as we ran across the land? That was one of the infamous node lines. So when we cross over from one virtual machine or server to the next one, you'll see a momentary hitch like that, and that's what people refer to as the node line hitch. You see them in the community channel complaining. That's what they're talking about. How long have we been rolling on this thing? We've been rolling for an hour. So we've been on horseback for an hour and we still haven't gotten to Born Cur yet. Oh, man, that's rough. That is tough. Oh. Can't wait to shoot some risers, man. How to drop these risers. And get the gold. I need to slow down. I realized I was about to stamp my horse out. It's not good. I keep seeing these rock formations like this. There's one here. There's one there. It makes me wonder if they're not something else. Like if there's some type of a tower or some type of other fortification mechanic that will come into the game later. Because they look eerily similar. Ooh, this is starting to look right. This is starting to look right. Finally. Nothing like an hour-long horse ride in a meadow. Get yourself feeling good to fight some risers. Yeah, here we go. This is looking really good, actually. Real close. Going up to another castle right here in the meadow. That's also a beautiful castle. Oh, you know what? I don't think we're as close as I thought we were. Damn, that sucks.
Premiumbeat.com.
Man, I was hoping to be closer to Morin Kerr, but I just don't know if this is it. This may not be it. Damn it. Fooled again. Thought we were gonna be home. But the ride continues. See, if this is the keep I'm thinking of, it's got horses all around it. What is that, a Wisent? I don't think I've ever killed a Wisent. Wow, they got a lot of health. Oh, this bow sucks, man. What in the what? I can't tell, is he trying to fight me? Whoa, what? What's that? That's weird. That was weird. It sounded like I got hit by something, right? Lou Bougon. Welcome. Welcome to the channel. Great to have you back. Appreciate you being here. Whoa, it's a lot of Wisent materials. Let's see what these break down to. I've never actually broken this, butchered this stuff, so let's see what we get from it. We get mulch, horn, a whole lot of meat. And a hoof that's worth 20 silver. Meat that's worth 33 silver. Okay, that's not too bad. 43. So that was about a gold and change, maybe 2 gold. Stopping and doing that. Heavy stuff in here. And let's keep on moving. Actually, we can. I don't think there's lootables in here. We can check. See, there's like little barrels or little crates, but I don't think so. See anything to loot? Wait, wait, wait. Is that a crate? Hold on. No, I saw those bricks. Thought it was a lootable crate. Yeah, nothing lootable. Bummer, man. I thought we were a lot closer to the MK. That was I think that's the central step. Central step keep. Central step castle. Central step keep. So, man, we still got a ways to go. So, there were some nice bows for sale in More and Kerr by Horizon, so I think we need to make a beeline for those. Without those, we got nothing really to do enough damage on the risers. Yo, Nikasaru and SH Broker, welcome to the channel. We are riding from Maduli back to our stomping grounds at More and Kerr. Probably 2/3 of the trip back, so we're almost on approach. We're almost back to More and Kerr. We had an unfortunate death to the risers last night, and I clicked the button for Home Priest, thinking it was going to send me back to More and Kerr, and instead it did not do that. It sent me to Maduli instead. So I had to scrounge, get some horse stuff together and some materials together, and now I'm finally back. Yes, now this is where I want it. So this is the beginning of the More and Kerr trench run. So that's perfect. I'm not even going to bother with yes, this is affectionately what we call the trench run. You'll see it when you get in here how it looks like it's a narrow channel U-shaped structure. Looks like the trench from the Death Star. Victor 7 going in the trench. So far all clear, no tangos in sight. some more horse armor left here. I think I usually keep a couple stacks. If not, I can log on one of my alts. Actually, I need to do that now while we're sitting here. Other computer. Log on alt here. So I've got one alt that's in Meduli, and the other alt is in Morinker. So I want to hop on that alt real quick. Let's come up behind this shit. All right. There's some bandits. We might could try one bandit before we go into town, just to see if we can even hit these guys or not. For any decent damage. Let's see. What's that? What the hell? Give me a heart attack, man. What the f— Are you giving me a heart attack? What the— No, what the hell is going on? Not what I'm hitting for 12? Ew. Elevens and 12? That's brutal, man. Am I starving? Is that what's going on? Yeah, I need a different bow. I should be hitting 40s, not 12s. This thing is junk. This thing is junk. Just wasting arrows. Wasting arrows. That's unfortunate. Hungry? I wonder if I'm hungry. No. My armor weight. Mana regen, stamina regen. No, that's weird. Don't know what was making it do that. There was no damage indication in the combat log. So there was nothing that would indicate to me what was going on. You can also come up from the bottom of here. There's a red priest that's down here. And there's also, if you go right there, there's a ramp down that takes you down to the water. It's kind of a shortcut, and you don't have to go all the way around that bandit side. You can actually go right there and cut across, and it makes the trip to the riser camp a lot faster. Yo, Antigua! What's going on? How the hell are you? What is going on? I am so sorry. I was fighting the bandits and totally zoning out. What's going on? So I just left Meduli. This game went on Steam 2 days ago, and it's rapidly becoming my favorite game yet again. You know, I played the first one years and years ago, and they just now released this game in early access on Steam 2 days ago. I've been playing it prior to that. I'm about 600 hours in at this point. It's going to go full retail on January 25th of 2022. So about 2 months from now. So for $39, you get 1 month. You get the first month of retail, and you get beta access now. And right now in beta, everything's ramped up like 100%. So all of your training and all your skill abilities, all that stuff is like super maxed out. So you can try all the different builds out and all the different crafting and everything. So what's neat about this game is there is no quest lines. There are no zones. There's only one server. So you don't bounce around a bunch of servers trying to find a home. It's one world, one server, but it's huge. Like you can put thousands of players on the one server, and it's all seamless like this. You just walk around and go. And like I've been riding how long I've been streaming for? An hour and 20 minutes. And I've been riding on horseback for an hour and 20 minutes nonstop to get from the other town to this town. It's crazy how big this map is. It's 400 square kilometers. This whole map. But I live, and the guys that I play with, we live in this town over here called Morinkur, and we love it because it's fortified. It's difficult to get into. We call this the Death Star Trench Run because you're so exposed going through this channel. It's a really easy bottleneck if you need to defend the town. So far so good. We haven't seen anybody. All this stuff, all this mountain, this wall here, this is all mineable granum, which is a core material you need to make other stuff. So you take the granum, you put it in a machine, either a grinder or a crusher or in a tractor, and then it makes materials for you. It crushes it down and makes it like a granum powder, and then like flake stone and jadeite and some other things that you could then collect, and then get enough of it to make your weapons and everything. It's really cool. So it's like Conan Exiles on steroids. But it's all first person. There's no third person view whatsoever. You only have one character. There's no in-game map. So you have to just learn the world and learn the terrain. There is a third party player map the players have created, but otherwise there's nothing in the game that helps you. You have to know. So there's more Morinkur. You can start to see it kind of peeking through the trees here. It's coming up close. Finally, after an hour and 20 minutes, we're finally on approach. So how have you been? What are you playing these days? Horizon! I'm about to show up in town and buy your bows, my man. Unless it's the wrong Horizon, which I keep doing. So the running jab right now is you got two Horizons. So I keep getting them confused. So the original Horizon is in the channel. Welcome. I've been riding for an hour and 20 minutes on this desert horse to get back into Morinkur from Meduli. But we're finally back. And this whole thing happened because when I died last night terribly to the risers, I hit home priest, thinking it was going to bring me back to Meduli, and it sent me all the way back to Morinkur, and it sent me back to Meduli. Oh, nice, Antigua. How was Myth of Empires? I had a lot of my Conan friends and a lot of my guys that play Mortal Online have hopped on there to play it. Who is this? This Harbingers. He's watching me and I'm watching him. You gonna shoot me, homie? Who is this?
Yo,
Who is this?
uh,
Oh my gosh, we have royalty in the house, ladies and gentlemen, warriors, legends, barbarians. This is the great and all powerful Dagazi of the Harbingers of Justice. Good evening.
it's judgment, but that's okay. I'll
Oh, I
take
was
it.
so close. I'm so sorry. My apologies. Harbingers of Judgment. Enjoyed you guys' guild podcast with Putson the other day. It was fantastic. Look at that beautiful turtle armor. That's incredible. Stuff is beautiful. I can't wait to get to where I can kind of fabricate them that stuff myself. That is beautiful stuff. I'm over here wearing teeth armor, emulge, malarium. What are you up to?
Honestly, like power teeth are amazing. I'm just heading out of MK, probably headed back to Bhakti. I kind of float between those two. What are you
I
doing?
I was hunting risers last night, having a great time. Made about 20 or 30 gold, feeling good about myself. And then I, for some reason, ran out of arrows, or my bow durability went down. And I thought, you know what? I think I could probably use magic from my horse and kill these guys. And instead, I impaled myself on the palisade and got killed. Because you got to hold the spell for like 5 seconds without turning. So I'm sitting there looking backwards, driving forwards, holding a spell, and next thing you know, I'm impaled on a palisade. So, and then I clicked the home. Yeah, I hit the home
Shit.
priest button, thinking I was going to come back here to MK where I live, and it sent me all the way back to Meduli. So it was a total fail, like
Oh.
multiple ways. So yeah, I just now got back. It was an hour and 20-minute ride just to get back here from Meduli just now. So I'm gonna come in here and buy a couple of bows and then go get revenge on those risers for a bit. But yeah, it's good to see you guys. Do you guys normally stay around here, or do you guys normally hang out at Bhakti a lot?
So I kind of sometimes we're in Bhakti. We're mostly most heavily based out of Bhakti, but I come up here regularly. This feels like home for me. Um, I often come up here to recruit, to rescue poor little guildlesses with no guild.
Yeah,
Show them the
yeah,
ways.
that is the truth. It's a beautiful town. I can't wait to see what they're gonna do on this revamp of Morinker. I mean, it's beautiful now, so I can't imagine what they're gonna do to it to make it look even better. Because it looks, I mean, it's a gorgeous city. Um, Big fan of it.
Yeah, I heard maybe they'll do like a dungeon or something. Like that's because when they said they were gonna do a Tindrum revamp, they put in the sewers. So I'm wondering what they'll do here.
Yeah, it'd be neat. That would be really cool. That would be fantastic. Well, man, I appreciate you stopping and hanging out. I'm glad I don't have my. I guess I'm glad I don't have my tag on because you probably would have killed me as soon as I rolled up. But you know,
Yeah, what's your
so
guild?
you're not gonna believe this, but when I first came to MO1, I led a clan called Templum Assassinorum, and which later became RPK. Yeah.
You wait a
So
second.
I came over from Age of
You're
Conan with Aku and a bunch of those guys, Cool Sean and a bunch of guys. And I played the game for a little bit, and then I moved on to other things, and they stayed around and went through a couple of different clans, and then they later became RPK. And so I just came back because they sent me a message said, "Hey, this game's coming out, come check it out." And I had no idea what they'd been up to for the past like 10 years. And apparently, they spent a lot of the last 10 years becoming infamous. So,
yeah.
to say the least.
Like I'd never played MO1 actually. And I know who
Mhm.
they are. Like
Right.
that's how renowned they are. Like wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's gonna be rough. So we'll see what happens. How that plays out. So I'm hoping it goes well and they don't become super hated again. I'm hoping they stick it to. I would like to see them stick to fighting, you know, straight up opponents and not really doing so much of the miscreant style graveyard griefing and sticking with just mercenary. That's what what they really want to do is they just want to do a lot of mercenary contracts. They really enjoyed mercenary work. So I'm hoping they'll do a lot more of that and leave the graveyard and stuff to the miscreants or whoever else.
Yeah, man. Not gonna lie, I hired the shit out of some mercenaries. Like, I've already hired mercenaries in this game before. It's amazing. If they can really remain like politically neutral, then
Yeah, no.
that's really
So
the way to
that's
go.
so I know a lot of people have beef with the coup, but that's one of the one things is he will honor the contract that's paid. You know, and he's got some stories though. Like I don't know, and he won't out the people that pay if they, he'll ask them in the contract, do you want the people to know who sent them? Because people may ask who sent you guys or whatever. But he's had some clans that paid them to attack their own clan, whether it was some kind of internal clan strife or a coup, against a coup against the current leadership or whatever. They've had they've had clans pay to come and attack their own leadership or whatever. Like this game's wild. It brings out a whole different side of people. It's incredible.
Yeah. Well, cool.
Yeah, it was
Well, yeah, you're really cool.
yeah, you
Nice
too. I
talking
appreciate
to
you
you.
spinning the 180 and coming back and chatting, man. It was nice. Catch. I feel like I've met, a dignitary from the game, So hope you have safe travels and we'll
Oh,
catch you
thanks.
soon.
Did I run into you yesterday?
You may have. I don't know if I had my mic on. But I was on last night a bit, but I was in Medulla almost the whole. And actually, I think I was here. I was here most of the night, mainly just in fighting risers. Um, I don't remember seeing. I saw a lot of Valhalla in town. I don't remember seeing you guys. The little bit that I was here back and forth.
Yeah, yeah, they're our
Nice. Okay.
allies.
Very cool. Very very cool. All right. Well,
Cool.
safe travels.
All
Nice
right,
chatting with
you
you,
go.
and catch you soon. All right. See ya.
Yeah, you too.
Yo. What's going on, Liftera Vest? Yes, so this game is in beta, but as of 2 days ago, it went live with their early access in Steam. So you no longer have to go to the Star Vault website to get access to the game. You can now get access to the game straight through the Steam client. You go there, you can sign up. I think it's $39 to get in. You can get into the closed beta. The closed beta is going to last another 2 months or so. Full retail is January 25th of 2022. So it's a great time to get in. The housing update happens next week. So we're going to get housing, strongholds, and the castles, formerly known as keeps. You're going to get the castles next week. So that's going to go live. That's going to be huge. Hubbleton, welcome to the channel. Bane Spike TV, welcome, welcome. Glad to have you guys here. Yeah, so if you look on the website for Star Vault, they have a developer roadmap, and they've been very diligent and very good about meeting the deadlines of the things they posted there. So with this next update that's coming, they're going to have the housing update. They've got some more fauna they're putting out, some more bosses they're going to be putting out. There's also a revamp to the city coming out soon. So this is Morin Kerr, and they're about to do a revamp for it. And so I can't wait to see what they're going to do here. They did a really beautiful job with Tindrum putting the sewers in, and now they got the Minotaur boss in the sewers of Tindrum. So I'm excited to see what they're going to do here in Morin Kerr. I normally stay around Morin Kerr a lot. Let's see where I'm going. All right. So we need to go over here and see what's for sale at the auction house. See if we can't get some better bows. And then we're going to put the step horse to work and kill some risers. All right. So who we just spoke with is Degazi from the Harbingers of Judgment. And they did a guild interview with Putson a couple weeks back. It was a really, really good guild interview. But they are an ARPK clan. Very proud of our ARPK clan. So it was really cool to to run across them. They do a really big push for recruitment, and they help out a lot of new players to the game. So, I would highly recommend checking them out if you're new. Them Kodo is another one that does a really good job helping new players. So either one of those, you probably couldn't go wrong helping any of them. All right, so we have some armor, but we have horse armor. Yeah, nice. Perfect. So now I won't feel like I'm so vulnerable on the horse. All right, let's see. Desert horse and horse armor. Bam. All right, there we go. Now we got our horse armor on our desert horse. Man, that's some good looking armor right there. So that is a thing of beauty. All right. So now, yes, I do actually. So, but a lot of the content in the game, it requires engagement with other players. So if you're a solo player, that part may be difficult. Like I'm playing kind of solo now, and it is a little difficult. But like today, if you were in Meduli, where I just came from, Kodo had a 30 on 30 or 20 on 20 war games skirmish. They went up to the ruins above the town where the Red Priest is, and they had a nice organized battle. And it was really good. It was really exciting to watch. Pizza Guy, who just started streaming Mortal Online 2 days ago, he was up there and he filmed the whole thing and was participating in it, and it was really entertaining. So there's things like that. There's the sewer boss. There's the Spider Queen. There's these trolls now that you can fight around the map. There's a bunch of stuff that they've added, like kind of like group content. They've changed the bandit camps and the risers and stuff, so they're a little bit harder to fight. The risers are fairly easy because now you can just you can still pull one at a time, but the bandits and those guys they call the whole camp. So the bandits are a little bit harder to fight now. And the other thing they've added is they've added the ability for the bandits to feint. So now they'll actually fake a swing to the right and then swing from the left, or they'll fake a vertical swing and swing to the side. Or sometimes if you're fighting like the bandit commander, he'll do 1, 2, maybe even 3 feints before he swings. So it feels a lot like you're fighting a human. It's really tough. I am Vikings. Welcome to the channel. Glad to have you here. See what bows we got in town. Got to have some better bows. Equipment, bows. Long bows. We're not interested in long bows. We want short bows. Oh my God. Short bows. Son of a bitch. Really? All long bows? No short bows? Really? Yes, I do think so. So there's about 55,000 people that have wishlisted the game, and another 150,000 that have it on some other type of interest list, like a like or something. If you look at the data from Valve, of the 55,000 people, normally about 19% of people who wishlist a game purchase it in the first 12 months. So that's really good. Since the game went early access 2 days ago without any kind of big media push, we had 500 players on the server the past 2 days, I think, at peak. And that's with no promotion, no push, no anything. Enough people found it from their wish list that it went, from kind of tough to get into to really easy to get into with Steam, that we had over 500 players in. If you're in the Discord for the game, in the screenshot section of the Discord, they've got a guy who posts like the daily Steam chart that says like what was the 24-hour peak, what was the current level of players. When they did the stress test 8 months ago, there were 1,300 players on the server. And then if you got a second, actually, since I'm kind of safe in town here, I'll show you this real quick. So 2 weeks ago, the CEO invited everybody to come to Tendrum that wanted to, and they were going to film a large-scale battle for the trailer. Yo, Kiryami, Yes, absolutely, 100%. I've got about 600, almost 700 hours in the game. I highly recommend it. Let me show you this real quick. So this was about 2 weeks ago outside of Tindrum. This is Tindrum, the capital city of Tindrum. This is outside the garrison walls for it. We had about 300 players that showed up, and we did a large scale battle so they could film it to help make a trailer for the launch of the game. If you've seen the trailer that they just put out on Steam, this was part of that scene where you saw that kind of them panning across a dimly lit battlefield with the people lined up. This was part of this scene. So this is what it looked like if you're over their shoulder. I mean, the graphics quality was amazing. It looks like a scene out of Braveheart. It's absolutely incredible. Um, it was really good. It is very grindy. So let me show you how this works. So, um, it's essentially a throwback. It's a throwback MMO. I would say I grew up playing Asheron's Call and a little bit of Ultima Online, and so it's like that. You have no. If you look, there is no icons. There's no thing that tells you, "Hey, go talk to this guy and get quests." There are no quests, right? The towns are some are lawless and some are lawful. This is a lawful town, so it's got all these different guards throughout the town who will one and two shot you if you try to kill somebody in town, or if you loot somebody's gear that gets dropped and they get killed. So they're here to kind of protect the city, but you do what you want to do. So let me walk through this real quick with you. So when you first make your character, all right, you pick your age, your height, your weight. I can show you what my guy looks like. So so this is armor that was made from malarium. So this is from the teeth of bears is what this is made from. So I killed enough bears to collect enough of their teeth to then craft from their molars the malarium armor. So this is Rhizar malarium armor is what this is. So you do lose everything on death, correct? You drop everything on death. You do, but you can't. But there's a bag it drops. You can pick it up if you can get back to it in time. You got about a half hour to go back and pick it up. There's pre-scattered throughout the map, mostly in town and a few outside of town. That's where you resurrect that. There's mounts in the game that you have to feed and keep alive. That's what's following me there, making all the noise. That's my horse there. But yeah, so when you make your character, you pick the race of your grandparents, and there's several to pick from, and based on what you pick with their race, it gives you it controls your maximum abilities that you have here for your traits for or your attributes for strength, dexterity, constitution, psych, intelligence. On top of that, you add in your age, your weight, and your height, and then that further skews these. So, for example, this guy is stout at 123 kilograms, so that means he gets +5 in strength. So he has modifiers here, so weight class modifiers +5. But then I have a reduction in my dexterity of -5 because I'm overweight, right? So that just controls like your max, and then you earn by doing and fighting in game. You earn your attribute points that you can put in. So right now I'm reducing my intelligence, or I was reducing my intelligence so I could max these. Now I'm going to lock them so they'll not change anymore, and then I've got no points left, so I can stay like this, and this will never change. But later on, if I want to re-roll and to go into something else, I can't change my background, my heritage, but I can min and max these, start losing points out of these, and put them into these other ones if I wanted to, right? So there's no really class. If they're in the stables, you don't have to feed them, no. But if you have them out and about with you, you do. So I'll show you that real quick too. So if you look at your pet, click over here. You have all these stats. So right now he's loyal. He's 1,000 out of 1,000, so he's not going to run away. He's not going to lose anything. But if this gets over 500 out of 1,000 for hunger, you'll start to lose loyalty. And the higher it goes over 500, the faster your loyalty drops. If you get loyalty down under 100, or especially down under 50, you're going to lose that animal, and you'll have to go back and retame it and get it back under control. Once you take them, you also get pet points. So having them follow you is one set of points, and then riding them is additional points. So I've only got 38, so I can really just have one pet. But you can get advanced abilities like these. So if I go over here to domestication, let's see, where's my domestication? Here we go, domestication. So I've got domestication, I've got taming, I've got creature control, but only at 26. That's why I only have 38 points. But this can go to 100, and if this goes to 100, then you may have like 60 or 70 points. And then you get advanced creature control that gives you even more points on top of that. And if you come over here and you go into zoology, and then you learn about your animal, and you learn about your species right here, then this reduces the amount of points it takes to control. So the game is so deep, like, and the way you learn about this, one way is you just butcher the animal. You kill a couple of horses, you butcher them in stacks of 100, and you gain a couple of points in Pegasus each time till you get 100% or whatever you need to turn the points down. Or you just engage with the animal, feed it, and you get points that way too. But or you can go and you could read books. There's a library. You can buy books on the horses. You can buy books on zoology, on any of this stuff. And you can passively learn. Like I'm carrying one now on my horse. Let's see. Control 1. I got this one for steel. I'm going to give it to my other character who crafts things for me. I want him to be able to make weapons and craft steel and things. And so, actually, I guess I need to read it for this guy, because he makes weapons. Yeah, so if I read this book, I'll start gaining steel. Now this one I can't read yet because I need to read iron-based alloys first and then read steel. So there's a little bit of a hierarchy. Like you can't run before you can walk. So essentially you have to crawl, walk, run. So in this case, I'd have to learn metallurgy, iron-based metals, and then steel. And one way you train things is just by doing. Another way is to read books. Some things require a book to start it, and then you can start doing actions to accelerate the learning process to get done with it. Others, you just pop the book and let it run, and by the time it is done, you're good to go. Crafting is another huge aspect of the game. I can show you kind of how that works real quick. I got this calcs. I can go process this calcs real quick. Let me see. If I need calcs, I need to process calcs. I need crusher. So we're going to go over here to the crusher. I'll show you how that works. So in Morin Kur, if you go across from the main city over here, across this bridge over there, go that direction to the south. Actually, we're going to go this way. We'll go to the south. There's a crusher that we can use to crush our materials, to process our materials. So we're gonna go down here and run around edge here. So we're gonna go to the crusher. We're gonna turn this calx into a bunch of different materials, and then that'll also show you how the lore thing works. So the higher the lore you have, then the more return you get when you process things and you work with things. Or the higher stats you get with things as you process them. Oh, my kingdom's messed up. Hold on, real quick. Yeah, sorry, I had my other screen pulled up for just a second. Let me pull it up and look. It may have cut. Oh, yeah. 1 second. I'll fix it. 1 second. Kind of breaks the immersion. There we go. Yeah, I'm using a digital SLR. That's a Canon 7D Mark II with a 35mm lens and a Elgato Cam Link to process the signal back into the computer. I'm running a two PC stream setup. So yeah, every once in a while the thing kind of goes a little bit wonky, but we're good now. Yeah, so here's how for crafting, for processing raw materials, this is how this works. So for calcs, see, I've got you'll do this yourself. You'll either have spreadsheets pulled up or you'll have notes pulled up. I've got notes about what I need to do with the different things. So calcs goes in the crusher. So I'm gonna hop out here. So it's really, really heavy. I think this stack of calcs is 100 kilograms. So if I was to carry it, I probably couldn't move. So I'll use the horse to carry it, because if you're overweight by substantial amount, you cannot move. So that's one thing you have to be careful about. Not to be overweight and get attacked by something, because then you're in bad shape. So you just pop the material in here. Now, if I had terrible, which I might, calc lore, then I would process these in stacks of 100. I would do shift, right click, split into 100, and then just put 100 in. Start the extraction, and down here it'll tell you if you had points to earn. And so from that, I got calx, calspar, calx powder, coal, and malachite. All this stuff. So that was just from 100. I got those few units, right? So we're going to put the whole thing in. It's going to it'll take a couple minutes so we can chat while it's doing it. All right, boom. So it's going to run up here, 134, right? Seconds. So it's going to take a while. So it's processing. And then we're going to get a big stack of all of this stuff. Coal you need to make steel. Calx you need to make steel. Calspar you can use to make something nice you can make with calspar. And malachite is good too. So I mean, you're getting really good stuff out of calx. But you need granum, sabura, and calx to make steel. So yeah, it takes some time to work everything through. PvP is always on. The game is full loot. That is correct. So you always got to keep your head on a swivel. The game can, yes, I will say the game can feel a little empty. But the next couple of updates that they're doing, they're going to add in a lot of fauna and a lot more creatures to the game. They're also going to do something in the cities that's pretty remarkable. They're going to put in logic that's going to fill the cities with NPCs. There'll be more NPCs the fewer the PvP players are around. The players are around, and then as more players show up in the city, more of the NPCs will start to disappear. Oh, my camera's messed up again. Because they want to save those resources for the players, right? No, it's so I pulled the game up on my stream PC because I was going to trade some things to my other character, and I think it's messing up my. I just reset it and it's doing it again. So my guess is. Here we go. Because I think it's making the camera source reset, because it's struggling to do. It's only a 1070 on the stream PC. Oh, you know what? I bet it did because of all the white. Maybe because of all the white balance got messed up because I slammed that thing up there. Yeah, that's a good call. Good call. Yeah, so they're putting logic in for the cities so that they'll be more populated with NPCs and feel more alive. But then as more people roll into the town, they'll start making those NPCs fall off and disappear, so that they save the resources, so that the cities will play well and not have a big FPS drop as you get in there. So that's pretty neat. They're also going to add in more camps and more fauna around the map, more things to fight, more creatures to fight, more camps to engage with. The housing update comes Tuesday or Monday, which is going to give us small houses, medium houses, 3 levels of strongholds, and then also activate the castle system. And you can put strongholds and houses inside the castles and the fortifications of the castle. So that's going to be really, really cool. I know a lot of clans or guilds are already, stockpiling a bunch of resources because they don't know what they're going to need yet to build, but they want to try it, I'm sure, ASAP, and lay claim to the different castles that they want. So that's new and coming out soon. But yeah, so a lot of it is kind of what you want to do. Like, I stay around Morn Kerr. I enjoy it here. It's a hard life here because it's so hard to get to everywhere. I mean, even getting to the library is a pain in the ass because you got to go all the way up the stairs to get to the library. But Meduli's a great starting town if you're new. There's multiple clans there that will help new players. Kodo is a big one that'll help people there. And there's a lot of resources nearby. Plus, you can go to Tindrum if you need to and get stuff at Tindrum. which is close. You can also hop down to the jungle. It's not too far away. That's one place I haven't been yet. I haven't been to the jungle yet. So if you saw when we were talking to Dagazi, she had on that turtle armor that she had on. That's a new character that was put into the game a couple weeks back. They put in these giant turtles and these giant crabs. And if you kill them and collect their carcass and process it, you can make armor that's got like turtle shell inlays in it or crab inlays into it, and it looks really, really good. I can show you. I've got some pictures of, I think I've got crab armor pictures I can show you that I took the other day. It's a really, really nice like burnt orange. It's really pretty armor. I hate how dark it is. Hold on, let me grab my torch. Not, it is, I don't see it. Did I drop it? I may have dropped it. Yeah, I may have dropped it. Okay. That's unfortunate. But I'll show you. So you've seen me down here at the bottom, kind of at the main part of the town, but up here is more like the capital. So you've got a lot more structures and a lot more buildings. And up here is where you get the librarian and a bunch of other things that you can get. And they've got everything up here. The only thing that's not up here that you may need if you come to is down where we were at the auction house. There's a cultural based librarian. It has things like swift writing, advanced writing or the controlled writing, and also the mounted archery and stuff as well as on there. And you could only get that, or no, it's aiming and marksmanship. You can only get those in Curite towns, so you'll want to go there a lot. So we're gonna go over here. So in here is the same. That's the same type of building. There's a guildstone. There's the auction house, and then this person here is also a cultural based librarian. So if I hop off here, I'll show you. Yeah, Curite trainer librarian. So here is the only place you can get the Curite scout armor, Curite splinted armor, and then also aiming technique, marksmanship, swift writing. You know, those things are all important. So there's a lot of people that just make money by buying a bunch of these books that you can't get, you can only get here, and then they'll cart them over to Maduli or Bhakti or whoever else, and then put them on the auction house there for 4 or 5 times the price, and just make money that way. You know, there's a way to make money. There's a way to survive in the game. I mean, all kinds of ways. You can be a crafter. You can be just an auction house, flipper. Like, you don't have to just go around and just slaying everything to have a fun experience in the game. There's all kinds of different ways to make a name for yourself. Yes. Valhalla is also a very strong guild. I've seen them very frequently in and out of Morin Kerr. I've seen them running 8-10 deep over here in Morin Kerr. In talking with the Ghazi, she said that they're also aligned with them, so that just bolsters their numbers even more. So if you see Valhalla, that's a really good group of guys as well. So I've had nothing but great engagements with Valhalla, with Kodo, with Harbingers now. So yeah, nothing but kind words for those guys. Really good experiences with all of them. Need to see if there's any bows. I really need some short bows that are decent. Nope. I need a short bow. Just any short bows are all long bows. All long. Sucks. I can type it. Short. Show me any short bows if there's any. No. No short bows. That's disappointing. All right. I'll show you the other library. The other library is over here. Yeah, so I'm gonna start keeping my microphone on now, because I would never have even been able to talk to Dagazi, except she heard me talking on the mic and spun around to see what I was saying. So I'm gonna start running open mic a lot in game, so I can try to get a few more engagements. I noticed that Pizza Guy had his own open mic, and he was getting a lot of engagement from the community, which is exciting to see. So here you have Magic Librarian, Combat Librarian. You've got the Common Librarian. It's got some of the basic, is your taming and your creature control and your domestication. All things you'll need if you want to be able to go out and tame your own horses and bring them back and sell them. CDM Angel, Weaponsmith. Here you got material lore. So that's where, if you didn't want to butcher animals to get the material to do it, you could do it here. Or process materials, you could use these, and you could read the books that they've got to get your coal, calx, burra. As long as you got the money, you could do it this way, and they'll work even when you're offline. So you can log out, pop a book, go offline, and then the next time you log back in, it should be read, and your lore should be intact. So there's that. So can I make a bow? Let me see if I can make a bow. I can make my own bow. That may be what we have to do. Fortunately. Is this guy a bow crafter? Let's look. No. Not a bow crafter. That's unfortunate. Okay. I think my other one is an armor smith. Cot B Meliki, welcome to the channel. Any books need to be read for everyone. Yeah. So there's a few things. So some of the, if you look at the skills, let me go back. So some of them say they're primary, then some say they're secondary, right? Secondary don't cost you any points. Primary does, and primary comes out of this pool of numbers here. Now, some of them won't let you learn them until you pop the book, right? Other ones will say, like, you have not learned the skill, but it can be learned through action. So some of them will say you can't learn it. Let's see if I got this one. You have not learned this skill, and it cannot be learned through action. So you have to either get the book or you have to talk to a tutor who will give you the ability to craft a bow, right? So in cases like that, you'd have to go and get the book. And some of those are pretty cheap. Some of them are 10 silver, some of them are 50 silver, and other ones might be two gold or 10 gold. But most of them are either 2 or 10 or 50 silver. So they're pretty easy to obtain. If you need money, zombie heads are 20 silver a piece. Stack of 10k pig meat is 1 gold. There's a couple ways really close to town that you can earn money and buy all the books that you need. And it's really easy in Haven. So if you stay in Haven as much as you can, or as much gold as you can could pop a lot of the books there. And you have less that you get. Yo, Llama, what's going on, man? Welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. He was here last night and he's back again tonight. One of the best Apex Legends players around. He's a Gibby main, and give it up for the Llama 77. Welcome back, my man. Yeah, happy Merry Thanksgiving to you as well, man. Hope you and the fam are doing great. Hope you're enjoying a little time off from school and kicking back. I got the next 2 days off of work, so that's going to be fantastic. We got some folks coming over tomorrow. So we hadn't seen since COVID started, so that's exciting to have them back. Where is the... So that we're excited to have them come over and feel a little bit like things are getting back to normal. So that's exciting. Hope you guys are staying safe and get a chance to see all your family and everything for this holiday. It'll be good. Yeah, man. Give me a shot. If you decide to get into it, give me a shot. I'd be glad to show you around. The crafting system is awesome. I can show you that real quick. Here it is over here. We need this. We can make a weapon at least. I think I got enough stuff to make I can make like a bone tissue weapon. So the crafting is really neat. You come over here. So here you got a armor crafting, bows, shields, horse armor. So that armor that I'm making, you actually craft it. So this horse armor that my horse has got, you actually craft that. Here's a weapon. So this guy can make weapons. So these are all books that I read. I read one-handed shaft, two-handed shaft, one-handed hilt, two-handed hilt. So I can make all those kind of weapons. I also read all the axe books and daggers and whatnot. But then I also read the Rizar books, so I can put Riser handles on everything. And I need to get Riser blades. I don't have that yet. But Risers are these giant orc-type fighters. And they make some really cool weapons. So like I could make, let's do a two-handed sword. So two-handed sword. So you got a Riser hilt, a clean crossguard. So let me put materials in here. So let's make it out of. I thought I had some bone tissue. Let me look. Yeah, we got a horn. Perfect. Leather. Nice. All that stuff. So we'll make a bone tissue hilt with a No. Let's do a horn hilt and then a bone tissue grip. Well, let me do bone tissue grip. No, let's do leather grip. Okay. There. So the material changes the way that it looks. So right now that's horn. We put emulge or teeth in. It looks like that. We put bone tissue in. It's a little different, right? And those affect the weight. So the material affects the weight and stamina drain on the weapon. And then your damage is going to come from the head and the head material. So that's like, there's a clover crossguard, which I like, which is that one. I think it's kind of neat. The ring crossguard, horned crossguard, clean crossguard, and then the riser hilt, right? And then you go to your blade. So we got flakestone. We put flakestone in there. I think we got enough. And you could do a great blade. You could do a heavy great blade. You could do the crossguard blade, which is what I like. And you could do the crisp blade's pretty neat too. Little zigzag. And again, if you change the material, it'll change the look of the weapon. There's emulge, there's bone tissue, horn, and each one will give you different stats. So we could do here. Let's do that. We'll do horn, crisp blade with a riser hilt. We can do crisp blade with emulge. Do crisp blade with horn, and we'll show you the difference in the weapon damages. All right, and then do one with bone tissue. Do we do one with bone tissue? I don't think we do one with bone tissue. One of each. All right. So you can also name them. So if you have 100 skill, you can actually name it and make it a signature. So it'll say created by or crafted by whoever, which is really neat. But you go here. So the first one we made is pretty junk, right? 2 damage, 6 damage, and 4 damage. And then the next one we made was better. Had 4 blunt, 14 piercing, and 15 slashing with 32 strength to wield it. Then that next one was pretty. So it tells you, if you look at it, see, it says emulge, great crisp blade with bone tissue hilt. And then this one was a great blade with the bone tissue hilt and a horn blade, and it was pretty weak. And then this one was decent. 11 for slash and pierce for a bone tissue and a bone tissue. So a lot of it's trial and error, and you'll eventually figure out what works. So in that case, the flake stone was the best with the damage. No, it was emulge great blade with the bone tissue hilt. It's the highest damage we had. So let's do. Let's try bone tissue. Server rebooting in 15 minutes. No, so we're gonna stay here. Bone tissue was great crisp bladed. Bone tissue hilt. Let's try flakestone hilt and let's try flakestone blade. See if we got enough. I don't think we got. No, we don't have enough. Let's see, you have enough. Oh, we did have enough. And that one's better. So this one was 4 blunt, 18 pierce, 19 slash, 32 strength. So there's that. Yeah, so that's just with swords. So spears, rise our handle, simple handle, long handle. These all have different weights and different perks about them. Then you get the war spear, you got the long spear, heavy spear, four spear, the triple spear. Daggers. I mean, just yeah. So what I really need is I need to go and make some steel. I could really make some cool stuff. I don't know if I've got enough steel in the do it either. But yeah, so you can do tons and tons of customization. Yeah, I'm still going bow build. That's what I want to do. I'm sure I'm going to drop all these weapons I just made because I don't need them. Yeah, I need to log on a guy that can make bows. So I thought this guy could make bows, and he cannot. So so this guy's actually a spear. So he's gonna rise our spear. He is a spear. If you get close to him, he'll break out a spear like this, right? This rise our spear. But otherwise, he is a bow person almost 95% of the time. That's where he wants to be is using the bow. Weight down. There we go. Okay. So server's gonna reboot. So that's not good. So what the crap? What is it hitting me? Something keeps hitting me randomly. I think it must I don't know if I'm starving or thirsty or something. Yeah, so I've got all this. I got this pig iron, grain steel, steel. So I could craft for some of that too. Gold, silver. So I may have to check that stuff out. Cuprum. We're gonna log out here for a second since the server's rebooting so we don't lose anything. All right. Oh yeah, it's 1 o'clock. Yeah. So, Llama, what's going on with Apex, man? Anything good? Yeah, the armor's. I should have shown you the armor, man. The armor my guys got on is really. I think I can show you here. Let me look. Yeah, before they reboot the server. Yeah, look at that. So this is Malarium Riser armor. So it's the Riser Horde. It's their armor made from the teeth of bears. Malarium is molars. So it's the teeth of bears. So the white part you're seeing is bear teeth pressed into armor. And then some type of steel or iron for the other portion. I saw. So I need to learn this book. But this book is 100 gold or so to buy it. That's why I was farming the riser camp because the guy can drop it there, or if nothing else, each time you kill one of those guys, it's usually worth like 2.5, 3 gold. So you can get gold pretty quick and then buy the books and craft it. But that is my human hybrid archer, mounted archer. He was a human hybrid mage, but I'm enjoying the archery way more than I am the magic. I just got to get a guy that actually can make some bows that are worth a damn. So I made them on one of my guys. And it might be this other one. Let me check. Then before they reboot the server, um, he was making 60 bows, which is good because the most I think I've seen is like 70 for a short bow. So 60, 65, 65, something like that. That's close enough to max. That'll work for me. Okay, server's down, so it's not going to. All right. It was worth a shot. It was worth a shot. So while this is ending, we can go and show you the brand new trailer. Yeah, brand new trailer that they did for this game. It looks great. Come on. Small streamers. Yeah, I just logged out, George. Appreciate it, man. I'll try to hop back in as soon as it comes back up. I went ahead and jumped out. That way I wasn't stuck. I appreciate you checking on me, man. You the real MVP. Woven Souls, welcome to the channel. Great to have you here, Woven. Appreciate you giving all the help to Pizza Guy and stream. Man, that was clutch. Helping him have a great experience in the game. Whoa. Let's not do that. We don't need Urban Decay cosmetics. No, thank you. All right, server. Let's see, back up yet. Yeah, Wolven had to show them the trailer, and that new trailer is really nice. They did a really great job on it. Now I'm hoping they do a second one that kind of focuses a little bit more on PvP, so people can see that, because that is a common question people have: is what's the PvP like? What's the player experience like? So I think it'd be kind of neat to show one that shows a little bit more detail on how the combat system works. And there's until I fought with a couple of people in the game, I didn't realize all the feints and the complexity to the combat. And that makes it really feel like a different game once you fight somebody that can do those kind of things. It's really fun. well, that back on. Kick that back on. Display back on. Yep. We're just chilling, waiting for the server to come back up. You know, doing a little quick reboot, freshen the game. How are you guys enjoying the early access? It's been amazing. Me personally, it's been amazing seeing all the new players and all the new streamers. It's incredibly exciting. I just hope from here that the game continues to gain momentum and gain new viewership and new players and keeps getting stronger. All right, so we can play a little music in the back. Right. Come on. Let us get in the game. Ladybug ×3, welcome to the channel. We are waiting, the servers just rebooted, so we are waiting for them to come back online and we can get back in the game. Got 2 characters I'm going to log in because I need to craft some bows for my second character, for my first character. So fingers crossed that the server comes back up shortly. Hope you guys are all playing the game. Hope you've been in it since they made the update to Steam. They put the game on early access for Steam, so now you can process and get in the game completely from the Steam UI, no longer having to leave Steam and go to the Star Vault site and buy a Steam key and then return to Steam to put it in. Now you can do it all from one interface. So that should be huge for the player count, and viewership should be huge from other people hearing about it and seeing their friends playing it. So it's a really good time to be an MO2 player, and I'm really hoping that they gain just momentum, just continues to snowball and get larger as we hit that countdown for the late January launch. So if you haven't got in yet, you got 2 months. 2 months to get in. If you get in the beta now, all the XP, all the traits and abilities are ramped up incredibly high, so you can level up very fast, try your build, fine tune it the way that you see fit, so that you can go and make your own legend in the game, chase your own glory. And I would take advantage of that ASAP. Because once this thing goes live, I think crank those timers back down, the decisions you make are going to be much more critical than they are now in the beta. Yeah, what did you like so far? I have 3 accounts. So I've tried Thursar, Callard, Melee Foot Fighter, tried a Vila Vila Archer, that's what I tried first. I tried a Vila Vila Mage, Dex Mage. I've tried a human hybrid, 2 human hybrids, 1 mage, 1 mounted archer. And a fat mage. I didn't care for the fat mage. I didn't care for the Vila Vila mage or the Vila Vila archer. I've liked the human hybrid and I like the third Callard foot fighter, but so far of all of them, the human hybrids have been my favorite because they have a little bit of everything. See, I think I would like fat mage if I played with other people, but unfortunately most of the guys that I roll with or think I'm going to be rolling with, right, they haven't been playing the game, so they're waiting for the game to come out and launch to really get into it. So I've kind of been rolling solo for now. So in that regard, I was having a hard time because I couldn't kill anything. I couldn't get away from anything. I didn't try to do a fat mage from a mount. That may have been what I was missing. This fat mage from a mount could be devastating. Yeah, I should not have done the Vila Vila Archer to start. I think it was too difficult for a new player to use that build. And I was just dying to everything. Like every single living thing that I crossed was killing me. And it wasn't until I got the human hybrid and then I got the Thursar Callard melee fighter that I was able to start living through these fights and fighting 2 and 3 things at a time. And that was a game changer, because then I felt like I was actually learning something and progressing. And now I've come back to, to the human hybrid. It's my favorite build so far. Not Riddick, welcome to the channel. You're here while we wait for the server to reload. Any moment, this server will be back online. Come on, join server. Join. They are trying our patience. We just want to play. Well, I will say, I am glad that I at least made it to Morncur. That ride was not fun. It took me an hour and a half, so 90 minutes total, to ride from Maduli to Morncur. And that's one of the but that is amazing about this game, that you can literally walk from one location to the next. It'll take a long time, but you can do it. The core technology in the game is such that there are no cutscenes, there are no load times, and you can literally walk across the continent. It's a 400-kilometer continent, and you can walk all the way across it if you wanted to, without any cutscenes, any kind of transitions whatsoever. It's really, really remarkable. Call it. I don't know if they're gonna get back on in time. What is this? Why is there motion in my driveway at 1:30 in the morning? What the hell is that? Oh, it's a cat. Man, that's a huge cat. Wow. Cool. Well, one more time. You can do it. No. All right. Let's go watch that trailer one more time. Oh, actually, you know, I know what we can do. Hold on. I can do this. I'll show you this. So I'm working on something. I'll show you this since we got some time to kill. I am working on a trailer for the game. See if I can find where I posted it. Let's see here. Posted it to. See if we go. Shit. Yep. Come on. So I was working on something. I saw there's a lot of really good community footage out there. So I wanted to make something. So this is a rough cut. Oops. 1080 60p. Good. Okay. Kind of dark compared to the other one. that was a rough cut. It's something I'm working on, trying to make a little trailer for the game that kind of shows the like a darker element. So that was my first rough cut. I want to go back and shoot some of the other footage um, personally, so it's a higher resolution. That kind of gives you an idea of where I'm thinking mindset wise of a trailer for the game. I think it's going to looking really really good once I get that footage recorded. See if they'll let us back in now. Oh, still down. George, are you in? Are you back in the game? How are we to defend more incur? Log in. Shizu Dono, welcome to the channel. Poker, welcome back. Welcome, welcome. Hopefully we'll get back in the game here shortly, or I may have to call it, unfortunately, because it is late and we have... Whoa, upside down. Let's not do that. We got, we got family coming over for the holidays tomorrow, so that might be it, folks. Hoping not, but I really wanted to get back in just log in enough to get some bows for my guy. Ooh, 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 this has got potential. This has got potential. Let's go. Let's go. Ooh, it's trying. It's trying. Yeah, we might be getting hit with a queue. Not everybody's trying to get back in at the same time. We may be getting a queuing issue. Oh. Yo, um, yo, what's going on, Riddick? Welcome, welcome. Glad to have you here from Russia. Yeah, let me play you the other trailer. That's the official trailer. That was just something I'm working on, and I borrowed that videos from somebody else. A lot of that footage was from somebody else. So the quality is not really good. I need to go back and record it myself so that I have a source version that's a higher quality. But let me show you while we're waiting on this thing to log in. I can show you the trailer uh, from Mortal Online itself. That shows some pretty good footage as well. So let's do that. Mortal Online 2 trailer. This is the new one that they just released a day ago. It's got 24,000 views already. I can try to walk you through some of this. So we'll play it once, and then I'll come back and I'll talk through it. So we'll go back. All right, we'll go through it real quick. So this is Haven. Looks like to me. This looks like the dungeon that you walk up to in Haven, and you can fight a bunch of bandits on the inside, all down through the bottom of here. It goes down really, really deep down into this little mountain. Um, so that's what this, and it may also be outside of Fabrandom. But I know in Haven, the starter island, this is, if you go south from the city, there's a map on that shows, I think it says dungeon on the Haven map, and that'll get you in here. That's what this is. And it's worth going into. There's some cool stuff in there. There's some lootable things, some chests, and some other things. And there's also a lot of bandits you can fight. The bandits are great. They are 80 silver for each head that you collect from killing them. So it's a great way to make some money early on. This looks like maybe Bhakti. These things you see here, this is for crafting. It's a crusher, a grinder, and a grizzly. And you put materials in there, and it'll separate them out into the other different core materials. That's what those are. These are houses probably just are filled with NPC vendors and whatnot. This is Tindrum. This is the capital city of the Tindremic Empire. That's her banker back there. Taming. You can tame animals if you have enough taming and domestication skill. You can tame animals in the wild and ride them. Again, Tindrum, once again. So let me go back and show you that real quick. So, should I walk through this real quick? All right, so let's go back. So the way the crafting works in the game. So here, if you're making a bow, you can get a couple different patterns. You can have a short bow, long bow, or an asymmetrical bow. And you also have a recurve or a decurve type shape. And then you can pick either a single material or you can do a composite material. And down here you have a slider, and depending on how much or how little you have the different materials, it will affect the range and the strength required to use that bow, which translates directly into the amount of damage that bow can create. So it gives you that level of freedom to create a bow exactly how you want it, in game. If I go back and we look at like the weapons, it's a similar story. You've got all these different handle types for lances, for two-handed swords, for one-handed swords, and you got different shaped blade heads that you can put on there for the different weapons. The material you put at the bottom, that is flake stone, cotton, and then this looks like pig iron or steel or something like that. Blood ore, maybe, I don't know. Whatever you put in here will determine the damage that this thing has. So you may want to do some trial and error for some small amounts to figure out, what works best for you. And then next I show the horse armor. That's also something that's craftable. So this is all the different horse armors and then the horse bags, and they are all also craftable at the horse armor station. And what that last thing showed, it's kind of neat, is the material that you use to make something absolutely impacts the appearance of the item. So what they're showing here is these are all the different materials. They time lapse it so it would have this effect. But essentially, they're going to go through each of these materials and they're going to show you how they impact the appearance of the helmet. That's right. Is that right? Let's just fast forwarding it. Oh, it's not. So we'll go through each of these. So you can see how it changes the look. And these are just more, these are those crafters again, like the grizzly, the crusher, the grinder, the things that you use to actually process your raw materials when you're in game. I can't do all that magic myself. I'm terrible at it. So what you saw in those last couple of clips is absolutely the Minotaur, the Troll, and the Spider have animations and mechanics built in to pick you up or your teammates that you're fighting with and throw them around. It's a really cool game mechanic. Here you go. Yeah, so they put that in for all three of those bosses, so all of them can grab and sling players, with their axe. Oops. Trying to get it where you can see the guy stuck on him. But yeah. So it's pretty intense fights. Not only does she tether you and pull you in with her web, she will jump up into the ceiling and crawl around and then drop back down on top of you. She's got a lot of little shifty tricks to make it difficult to defeat her. This update that you just saw, the player housing update, that should arrive Monday, maybe even Tuesday. Based on the developer roadmap, that should be coming along really, really soon. And so what you're seeing in the background there, these first two houses are just like your level 1, level 2 houses, player housing. Then that rectangular square object right there, that is a stronghold. You can get 3 levels of stronghold. And the other crazy thing is that the castles are so big in the game that you can own as a guild that you can put houses and strongholds inside the castle itself because the grounds are so large. So that's something to keep in mind as well. There you go. So this is a picture. This is an image of one of the castle that hasn't been captured or claimed by a guild yet. Once they claim it, they can rebuild the walls with the materials, and then these open spaces kind of to the right, and then right above here to the top, they can place houses and keeps inside those kind of open spaces within the walls and create their own little mini city. This scene here, this was from about 2 weeks ago. This was from the Siege of Tindrum. There were about 300 players that showed up at about noon on a Sunday at the request of the CEO because he wanted to film an epic looking battle between the player base. So there's about 300 players that showed up plus all their mounts, and they did a skirmish outside the city walls for a pretty good while Henrik and his videography team continued to capture some of the images. All right, guys. With that being said, I think I'm going to go ahead and I think I'm going to go and call it a night. It's pretty late here. It's 1:45 in the morning, so I need to go ahead and call it a night. But I greatly appreciate everybody that's been here tonight, all the people that hang out, all the new follows, all the support, subs, anybody that shared the stream, that chatted in the stream, that even lurked in the stream. You guys are all appreciated. You guys have a true warrior spirit, and I'm here to have arms with you. Let's go claim some glory and make a name for ourselves in Mortal Online 2. The game's only going to get better from here. The more people in there, the more feedback that they get for this game. Hendrix Team has been very good at responding to it and making changes, and it's only going to get better and better and better. So you're going to want to be here. You're going to want to be here in beta. You're going to want to be here in launch so that you can get the best spots and the best resource claims and that kind of stuff to try and get yourself geared up early and get in on the fight. It's going to be a blast. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I don't want anybody to miss out on it. So I highly recommend you get the beta account so that you'll be ready when launch happens, and get yourself some time in the beta to practice. Get yourself a build that you like. Get yourself an idea of where you want to go with your resources and where you want to live, and let's make this launch incredible and get as many people in as we can and make this game last for a long time. All right, you guys have a wonderful night. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody, and see you guys here hopefully tomorrow night, if not sooner. All right.